We haven't looked at titles in a bit. The title,
Akamaru Unleashed! Who's top dog now?
is a funny ha 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 pun. You know, dogs are usually on a leash, and Akamaru's unleashed. If you're new to this channel, I promise it's just not explaining shitty puns. There's more to this.
Wait a second, are you kidding me? What's the puppy doing here? He's just gonna get in the way!
Alright, let's get this out the way and hopefully never talk about it again. Akamaru being able to fight here makes no sense. The argument of Akamaru being a ninja tool seems even more dumb when you realize the dog can move freely without needing Kiba, while other tools like Konkuro's puppet need him in order to function. Thankfully, Akamaru kind of ends up being more of a problem for Kiba than an advantage, but like, still. Let me know your thoughts on this, and if you disagree, let's hopefully have a civil comment section.
Sorry, Kakashi, but your boy doesn't stand a chance against Kiba. Not a chance.
Battle, start!
Ninja art of beast mimicry, all force jutsu.
So I've always wondered what this jutsu actually does. My brain has pretty much just come to the conclusion that it just increases attack power and speed, because that's kind of all it does in this fight. There might be like an official thing though. How hard did Kiba hit Naruto for him to go flying like 20 feet?
This little guy's gonna be out for a while. You can call the match.
Oh, we'll get into this at some point. Don't worry. I like this low moment. Something as simple as both being confident that Naruto will get up shows they've come a long way since the survival exercise. It's kind of crazy that they made Naruto getting up be a triumphant moment, but like, it works. Naruto's came a long way, as I said, and I don't know if you know this, but like, he's kind of our main character, so him improving is very important, and this moment is proof of him improving.
I just wanted to see what you've got! Frankly, you hit like an old lady! You have a better chance of winning this if you send that puppy in to fight for you!
To be honest, Kiba does have a better shot if his ninja tool fights for him, but we're gonna get into that in a different episode. Also, I love that Naruto just rage baits in this fight. It honestly helps him win. And don't be that guy. I say guy because I see the analytics tab, but don't be that guy that says I spoiled the fight. You knew what you clicked on. Has anyone else thought it's a cool animation choice to not show us the hands of Kiba and only show us Naruto getting hit by something? Like, who thought of that?
He fell for it!
Bye-bye. So I've always wondered how Naruto hides Akamaru here, since he's transformed as the dog in the scene. But I'm pretty sure the shadow clone is just hiding the dog. That makes sense, right?
Good doggy! Way to
This fight actually shows a lot of Naruto's goofy side. He doesn't really take this fight serious until the end when you think about it. Bro bit him instead of like untransforming and punching him.
Surprise! Gotcha!
Like, who does this shit, bro? Actually, we'll get into that in a second.
You smell even worse than the dog!
Alright, let's count how many times Naruto rage baits in this fight. So far, we're at 2.
It's not every day you see a shinobi who would bite his opponent.
Lee's sitting up here alone? Where's everyone else?
I don't know what happened, but this ain't the Naruto we used to know.
I feel like a line like this speaks a lot to Naruto as a whole. Naruto was the weakest ever, and he became the strongest ever. It's a very inspiring story, and lines like this show how hard he had to work in the long run.
If I were you, I'd let Akamaru go.
I said I didn't want to talk about it again, but let me reinforce the point I made at the start of this episode. If there is a ninja tool, the food pill, that can strengthen your other supposed ninja tool, Akamaru, that is not fair. It's not like a summoning where you need chakra for it. It's just genuinely unfair.
Are you sure you want to stick around to find out?
Kiba eats dog food.
Man-piece clothes!
This is actually like a really cool jutsu. It's creative and very well executed.
Food pills. They're just another tool. They're allowed.
Yeah, well, he's no help to Kiba either. We're gonna get into it in a couple episodes, don't worry. I'm gonna cook Hayate before he was actually cooked.
What was that stuff he ate? Those are food pills.
They're what?
Food pills.
What?
It's a really good touch that Choji talks about the food pills. You know, because that's what we see him use later down the road.
Something the military developed, an energy booster that's so powerful that troops who take it can fight for 3 days and nights without a break. It can result in high levels of anxiety and almost total exhaustion.
Have you guys ever heard of the Russian sleep experiment? If you haven't, look up a video about it. It's fucking crazy, and it's overall just a cool myth, but like, You reckon food pills were made with that experiment in mind? I know it's a thing for soldiers to be like coked out so they can fight longer, but the way Choji explains it, like, it might be inspired by the Russian sleep experiment. Who made that Kiba? This is not good. This is where I say this part of this fight kinda cooks. The fight portion of it is fast paced, and it works well with Kiba and Akamaru being off the food pills, so now we're getting faster. W Naruto versus Kiba, I guess?
Bang over bang!
Even this part too, it makes it seem hopeless for Naruto. The end of this episode really picks up, but I'll talk about it more extensively in the outro. Yeah, that's a pretty good reaction. He hit the ground pretty hard, and if you see how he fell, his back should be broken.
I got news for you. I'm gonna be Hokage!
Alright, this is pretty much what Kiba is about going forward, so let's talk about it. I'm pretty sure he was actually just rage baiting here, and he kinda got shit on later, so he couldn't really go back on it. That's about it. That's all I kinda have to say about this moment. I want to ask y'all something real quick. Do you think the people here, like the sensei and all the old heads, do you think that they're having in their mind that one of the people in this room will become Hokage? It has to cross their mind, right? It's honestly a cool thought to have. This is a really good shot. Naruto's the only one in the light, and no one wants to step into it. It conveys how shunned he truly was really well.
Unlike me, unlike the rest of the world, Naruto always believed in himself.
I always had confidence. I ain't never been nervous. I ain't never had anxiety. I ain't never second-guessed myself.
Everyone's acknowledging him.
Locked the fuck in. I think a lot of people tend to forget how important this fight is to Naruto. Like, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's like Jerks in Profar when he gets told he's irrelevant. Like, he's got something to prove, and he's gonna do everything to get that good props.
Sorry, but you can forget about being Hokage, because I'm the top dog around here.
That's the third time Naruto's rage baited. Mark it. This episode starts off a little weak in my opinion, then it really picks back up near the end. The second Kiba takes the food pill, there's a tone shift. There's hella tone shifts in this episode, let's be honest. It's a big up and down the entire time. But for the most part, I feel like this episode needed a little more. Cancel me all you want, I don't care. This fight probably could have been one episode, but let's be nice and say it could have been two. The ending of this episode is pretty solid, and it gets you excited for the next one. I think the end really gives us an idea of who Naruto's fighting. We can see how hard Kiba can fight, and by the way he acts, we can imagine that he can go harder, which again, sets up the next episode well. Anyways, that's all for the episode. Next episode, surprise attack. Naruto's secret weapon. Oh boy.